I'm Brian Awbrey. I grew up in Kermit. Been there all my life, 53 years and counting. A little bit about myself. I've 29 years of coaching in the youth leagues and 13 years on the school board. I'm the supervisor slash coach for Energy Transfer. We transport NGL and transport natural gas. There's a lot of aspects of this job is dangerous. Just even the driving aspect is dangerous. We'll start off in 2008, just an ordinary day on a weekend. My wife went to Odessa. Within 30, 40 minutes, I get a phone call, and it was a DPS officer. Tells me my wife's been in a wreck. So in turn, I immediately grabbed the boys. She was heading from Kermit to Odessa. From Goldsmith Cutoff, the guy come across, didn't see her. The DPS officer said he got distracted. She reacted the way she needed to react, but she T-boned that car. And as the DPS officer talked to me about it, I mean, she was lucky. The side airbags, the front airbags went off, and she had her seatbelt. That's what saved her that day. Due to this wreck, she shattered her wrist in pieces. For 6 months, she had to train herself how to write with her right hand. She's a school teacher. On top of that, I was there washing her hair, straightening her hair. You know, I got two boys. I grew up with two older brothers. I have two boys. It was a change for me because she couldn't do it, just because of this wreck. After the 6 months, she got better. But that wreck, since 2008, she's never drove out of town anymore. It's just the anxiety takes over. So because of this wreck, because of this distraction, this is a repercussion of not being observant and being distracted that caused my family, it changed it. In 2010, December 7th, I lost my dad. It was unexpected. And when we got done with my dad's funeral, 11 days later, I lost my mom. So that whole mental aspect of losing your parents within 11 days took a toll on not just me, but both my brothers. And then we lead up to 2013. I remember it like yesterday. I was taking my wife to the doctor. So right when we were about to enter the eye clinic, I get this phone call. And normally I don't answer. If I don't know the number, I won't answer it. But for some reason that day I answered. And it was one of my brother's coworkers called me and said, "Your brother's been hurt, bad, very bad." Couldn't quiz him, or I tried to, saying, you know, "How bad is it, Lee?" Like I said, small town, you know, we all know each other. And he just said, it's bad, and he hangs up. We start heading home, but my brother's ex-wife calls my wife and tells me that he's gone. My main focus was to get to my brother's kids. So when I get to the house, all I can see is, you know, my nephew's and my niece's face. And I'm just shell-shocked. I'm just trying to figure out still, you know, what the hell happened. So he was climbing a tank, a catwalk, and he opened the thief hatch and H2S hit him. And he fell off the tank onto his head. So a lot of unanswered questions. You know, he's gauged the tank thousands of times. You know, you were trained to stand to the side when you open that thief hatch just in case there's gas come. Why that at that catwalk, why it was open like that? If it was closed in, maybe could have saved him. Should he have been wearing a SCBA? That's a question that we have to live with. We did ask if he had his H2S monitor and did he have his heart at, and from what I understood from all of this, that he did have that. But it changed our world and how dangerous H2S can be. I guess where I'm at and my brother's at for years, was he worried about something that day that, was something on his mind? We don't know. Because you've done something 1,000 times and we're just kind of questioning, man, do you have a lot of things on his mind and just wasn't paying attention? You know what I mean? Wasn't being observant, and his mind was somewhere else. Just thinking the stuff that he missed out. His youngest son was, like I told you, he was a freshman. I was handed his diploma. My niece graduated with her associates in Odessa College in safety. Go figure. He's missed out. My niece has had a baby. Was not expecting to have one. The doctors told her she couldn't have one. I guess that's a little blessing, but my brother missed out. He was a hell of a dad, and he would have made a hell of a grandfather. My son, his senior year, wore his number 62 just to honor his uncle when he played football. I, in turn, wore 62 because, I looked up to my big brother. His oldest son got married April 7th of last year. Not only did he miss out on that, my brother's birthday was on April 7th. It was a lot of emotions. There's highs, I was proud of him, but I was on top of thinking of my brother. And I had to take 2 days of PTO because of it. He got married on a Saturday. I took off Monday and Tuesday because I was just not myself. And it took me a year to finally explain to my guys why I say every safety meeting to take that PTO if something way on there. This job is dangerous enough. People go through things and they come home and you play that tough guy and you go to work because that's how I know how I was raised. Suck it up. But there's times you can't, and you have to tell yourself to take that PTO. Because I really think a lot of accidents, I can't give you a percentage, is because of that, of your mind somewhere else, and you've done it 1,000 times, and just that one time when your mind was somewhere else can either cause death or an accident. Because if your mind's not where it needs to be, fully onto that task, it's time to take that PTO, and it's okay. PTO just not for vacation. It could be a day that you just had a bad day and you just need a day off and a moment to yourself. At the end of the day, I want my guys to go home safe. And it scares me if I ever get a phone call because of just all the incidents that's happened in my life. But I know that if I keep on preaching to them and being there for them and making sure we do things as a group instead of individual, we'll be okay. You've got to build that chemistry with your guys. I can tell you that right now I can always tell if somebody's not themselves or there's something wrong. I just believe in bonding. I believe in being open and building chemistry with your guys where they can feel open to come to me and I can feel open to go to them. I'm not all big on title as far as being called a supervisor or a boss. And I made it clear, I'm your coach. We do things as a team. We're gonna go home safe as a team. When I took this position, there's a little bit more weight to it. But I feel like I can coach these guys. I lean on them just as much as they lean on me. But I want them to go home safe to their family. This is why I go home. I've been with my wife for 35 years. Been married 33 years in July. This is why I want my guys to go home safe. Get to know your people. And